Tophiachu, otherwise known as Tophia Slidell, is an infamous TikTok personality, and even saying that is a stretch because she has little to no personality. Her main traits are deflection and narcissism, and honestly, that's about it. It often confuses me how a 30-year-old woman, and yes, I know she looks much older than she is, could go about life with such a childish mindset, from e-begging to openly being racist and blaming all of her problems on people who troll her or straight white men. But she is the root of 100% of her problems. For instance, she is currently homeless because her father, Tophiachu, a mentally insane man who thinks some rather odd things about minors and fully believes he hasn't lost all of his teeth, he's just teething like a newborn baby, wasn't paying rent for multiple months and told no one. When they were served an eviction notice, she, instead of using money that she had to pay for rent, she spent about $500 to come to Comic-Con, and while she was there, spent even more money on merchandise. So I'm estimating she spent in total about $800. Now, Tophiachu was lazy. She's so lazy that instead of ever cleaning her room when she was in her old apartment, she would use a green screen filter that would make it appear if she had a clean room. She had so many roaches in her house that the people who watch her live stream started naming the roaches Roachchu as an honorary member of the Slidell family. Her family also owned a dog named Hershey, and they were so lazy they let the dog use the bathroom in the house. Sources say that they would let the dog poop on the carpet, then pee in large cups. They even had a cat that was malnourished because they were feeding it dog food instead of cat food. The cat on several occasions was recorded as making ungodly sounds. So the beginning of this live stream is extremely boring, so I'm not going to cover it. If you want to go watch the entire live stream, feel free to do so. I'll leave a link in the description of where you can find it. And if you really like the video, please subscribe and hit the like button. It really does help out more than a lot of people think it does.
And mind you, I'm not even going to talk about what's coming up for me. When you see what I have in store, then what are you going to say? Nothing. You ain't even going to apologize. There's people that just because they're going through a situation doesn't mean they have their life together or don't have their life together. There's a lady that I saw that was facing an eviction with her kids that literally, if she gets evicted, she doesn't have a job. Does that mean she doesn't have her life together? And she has a work from home job. She's supposed to start soon, but she hasn't gotten her first paycheck yet. She gets evicted. She loses that job. It doesn't mean people don't have their life together. I'm tired of people assuming people don't have their life together. That's not the issue. When you're calling and harassing people's places, when you're constantly doxing, harassing, stalking, attacking, doing all of that, that literally is not helping someone get their life together. Especially if they said, hey, I'm working to better myself. No, you don't care. Let's be for real. If I'm trying to get my life together and you're still here harassing me and doxing me. But yeah, you want me to get my life together, but you don't. Do you want me to get my life together or don't you want me to get my life together?
And you're doing that and all that I don't like you. That's stupid.
And then they're mad because I can't tell them my whole business of what I'm doing. So it makes them mad. It's my business. If I'm working on getting a house or whatever I'm working on getting, why is it any of your business what I'm doing for my priorities when I'm not going to tell you because I get harassed? Isn't that not what you want? You say that I put all my business out there and then you say I don't. It doesn't make sense. Sorry, I'm about to burp. And my nose is runny.
So Tophia starts going on a tangent about the stipulations to someone having their life together and how she has her life together. Even though she's currently homeless and has been evicted from her last apartment and kicked out of the last hotel or long living place that she was staying in. Don't worry guys, Tophia completely has her life together. Yes, her mother, and her brother are all staying in the same car while her father is currently in jail for having a mental breakdown in public at a gas station. Yes, her life is just fucking glorious right now. I also feel like the funniest thing that if she never told the employees TikTok hadn't paid her yet, that TikTok that went viral would have never taken off the way it did. Squid wouldn't have gotten nowhere near as much money as she did or clout as she did. And none of this would have ever happened, probably. But the thing is, Tophia, you're really not trying to get your life together. You're kind of just sitting there live streaming in your car on TikTok, which you've admitted, like, TikTok doesn't even pay you anymore. So you're basically just live streaming for free because no one's really donating to you, let's be honest. You're more of a lolcow than, like, someone who's actually entertaining. And people have told you time and time again, just get a job if you want your situation to be better. And you've said time and time again, I don't want to have to get a job. TikTok is my job. Why should I get a job when I already have a job? Well, that job isn't really paying you in any meaningful way. And that job, in quotation marks, is the same job that couldn't pay you reliably enough to the point where you got kicked out because you couldn't pay rent. So I'd like to ask the question again. Do you really have a job, or are you just living in a delusion? Because that's kind of what it seems like. And I do actually have a theory about how they're able to support themselves while living in that car. See, since Tophiachu is batshit crazy, I'm assuming he gets some kind of check from the government, and that's what they're living on, along with Brother Chu's earnings. But I could be wrong, so just completely disregard that theory for now.
Like, come on now. You guys act like children. You act childish. You put one person over the other, and it makes no sense. How do you say someone who doesn't even take care of their kids and is always dumping their kids at their grandparents any better than somebody who is just living out of a car because the cost of living is too high? And you know it's too high, but you don't want to acknowledge that. Let's be for real. People have jobs and are still homeless. Make that make sense. You're literally talking about how people don't have their lives together, saying, well, at least she has her life together, trying to insinuate I don't. But what about the people who work a 9-to-5 job living out of their car? Does that mean they don't have their life together? Let's be for real. You see this all the time on the For You page. The amount of people I have seen that I don't see anymore that used to live out of their car, going to a 9-to-5 job, right? I'm not going to go into their life and be like, you don't have your life together, because how are you working a 9-to-5 job and is still homeless? I know what it's like. That doesn't mean you don't have your life together. Stop comparing me to Ash Trevino. She's a horrible person. She's using her situations to make money, and you're still giving it to her. That's not including the money she makes from gifting. And I can guarantee you it's a heck of a lot of gifting. It's a heck of a lot of money on top of her subscriptions. Like 300,000 easy. 300,000 is probably estimated what she makes. Some of us who are content creators who go live and have subscriptions know. So you cannot go online and say I'm lying, because we know about subscriptions. You get a growth bonus per every subscription.
Here it just seems like she's jealous because people aren't receiving the same type of hate she's receiving for being in the exact same situation. But what she doesn't realize is she's done and said awful things. She's been caught doing awful things, and she's just throwing it out the window and comparing herself to somebody else. You can't really do that. The reasons people hate you are completely different from any reasons people might dislike Ash Trevino, whatever the hell her name is. Honest to God, have no clue who she is. And the things you're saying have no validity to them, because the only one working in that car is a brother to you, and he's basically like supporting you, your mom, and himself on probably a minimum wage like salary. And to be completely honest, the main things going wrong in a household completely involve you and your father saying outrageous shit on the internet. So it's not impossible to think that if he just took your mom and moved to an apartment, his life would be 1,000 times easier without you. And you really shouldn't be speaking on a woman taking care of kids when your family couldn't even take care of a dog.
The more subscribers I get, the larger the growth bonus is. I know what I'm talking about. TikTok is a lot better. TikTok is a lot better than Twitch, because Twitch takes a large chunk, where I wouldn't be making this amount of money if I was on Twitch. There's that. And why would I get off the internet if I made more than someone's paycheck in a month? I made double someone's paycheck this month, and I'm getting paid on the 15th. So why would I get off the internet? I have people that are supporters of mine that said that they're proud of me. And when I work towards my goals and I get that house, eventually when I get the house, it's going to piss people off. You don't realize, you just say, well, you ain't gonna have this, and you don't realize how expensive it is for this. Don't you think I know, because I've lived in 2 houses? It's like the one person that said, you've never lived in a house. Haha, you've never had a house in your life. And I said, we had 2. One we was renting to own, and one that we were renting. Oh, well, you don't have one now. And it's just like, okay, like when someone said, you never had your first car. I had 2 already. Well, you don't have one now. It's not yours. It's just like, okay, like, Jesus Christ. It's just so funny how people are. Like, instead of being haters in 2025, can you find a hobby, get a job, do something? Because you spending time chronically focusing on someone else is not going to get you to where you need to go with your goals. You better buy a house now while you can, before you can't buy a house and it's too late. Then it'll be too expensive for you to buy a house. Home owning is something that you should be doing. The amount of rent you pay each month adds up to, and all that money you paid, you could have bought a house. Imagine if you're paying $1,500. How much do $1,500 times 12, because that's how much months are in a year, times whatever, you know? 1,500 for 12 months. How much is that? That money could go towards you buying a house, but you would rather continue to keep renting. Why would you want to rent to someone when you could own a house? Why would you want to go through all the issues? Right? I don't want to have to go with neighbors I don't know, or worrying if someone's not going to burn my apartment down because they left their stove on, and they almost burnt everyone's apartment down, speaking from experience. Like, I don't want to have to deal with neighbors stalking me because I didn't say hi to them. Let's be for real. I want to have my own house. And why is it so bad that I have a goal? Why? Why do people just tear someone down for having a goal that is plausible? People try to tear me down for having a goal that is not unreachable if I turn my platforms around. Why are you still here in 2025 bringing up old stuff from 6 years ago and still being haters and saying one person over the other? I am not going to compare myself to Ashley Trevino, because my platform is totally different. She built her platform off of negativity. I built my platform off of positivity. Before anyone ever said anything about me or made any videos, people followed me for the right reason in the first place, and I need to get back to that. I need to get to that place where I am successful, where I have a stable income, where I'm doing well, where I have my own house and I don't have to depend on my family, where I can just enjoy life, do unboxings, travel, do fashion, you know, like find my own style, you know, just enjoy life. I'm tired. I am done. I do not want to be homeless anymore. I have to put my foot forward and work towards it. Mind you, when I get paid, I'm going to be looking for a camera for my YouTube channel. I need to start investing in myself. If I'm not investing in myself, then what am I doing? I need to start putting the money into myself to be successful. How do I expect to get anywhere if I can't? It's my time to do what I need to do. You know? So many times, people love to bring others down because they're in the situation themselves. Why can't you all just be accepting of someone and be like, hey, you know what? We need to better ourselves instead of bringing someone else down. You drag people down all the time with your negativity and then say you're the one that's negative because, well, I said I wanted a house. What about me saying I want a house is negative? What about me saying that I'm working towards my goals is negative? How am I being negative about talking about positive stuff? But I bring up Ashley Trevino and all of a sudden that's negative. But you guys compare me every single day to a deadbeat mother who can't even cook for her children. And the only reason why she cooked pork chops was to make people believe that she's a good mother. She wasn't cooking for her kids. She was cooking for the internet. Because they made videos saying that she doesn't cook for her kids, so she had to prove to the internet she cooks for her kids. It wasn't because she, you know, it's crazy.
And how can people say you're not making the right choices when buying a house is right now is more important than renting, and they want you?
Why would I go rent only for rent to go up?
Yeah.
And then we won't be able to rent. Eventually, in the future, people are not going to be able to rent. There's going to be mass homelessness. And if you don't think so, well, then you better check. You better look up.
My daughter right now is making all the right choices.
These people really don't understand how bad it's going to get for their finances in the future. You think a one bedroom right now is expensive. Wait until the near future when a one bedroom is like $10,000 and you can't afford it. And that's no joke. That's the way the government is headed. If you think the government cares about you and your money, no, they care about them and their pockets. There are billionaires sitting in the government right now that are not worrying about what's happening in America except other countries. People are not making a living wage, but yet they want to send money to other countries. They've already have plans put forth to help other countries. Let's be for real.
First of all, the only reason people started following you on TikTok is because your content was so bad that it was good and like it was a good laugh. Don't make it seem like you were out here just making banger content after banger content and people just loved you so much that they had to follow you. People thought your obsession with Korean men was weird. So don't go around here acting like your life wasn't shit before people started making fun of you on the internet, because it really wasn't even that much better. The fact that people started making fun of you on the internet and then people started tuning into your live streams and you started earning money from it, you should be thanking the people who originally started making fun of you, because that was the only way you were going to blow up on TikTok, dude. And then she spit out a low-cal classic, I need to get my life back to where it was before. She's on some straight up Cyrac shit, because I swear that's the only thing that man loves to say is I need to get back to where I was before all the trolling. Like, bro, you are nowhere. No one knew who you were. You had 5 to 6 viewers in your live streams at most. And personally, I think there needs to be a development in the Tophiachu community. I feel like somebody needs to step up and be her music biz Marty, because I feel like that would just escalate things like to a whole new level, and I'm just completely here for it. And as far as owning a home and that being an attainable goal for you, I don't see that in your future. You refuse to work hard for anything. You constantly deflect. You're a narcissist, and like just you as a person is disgusting. And then we have Mamachu sitting there waffling off in the back about how her daughter is doing all the right things. No, they are really not. They are getting constantly harassed on the internet by people who hate watch her and wish nothing but the worst for her. How is she making the best decision? You're enabling your daughter to live in a world full of nothing but delusion, and I feel like that's a really bad choice as a mother, because eventually you have to bring her down to reality and have a talk with her. Simply just needs to sit down and say, listen, Tophia, we're homeless. We're living inside of a car. We got evicted from our apartment and kicked out of our long living stay place. You need to get a job and start helping provide for this family along with your brother, because if you don't, we're going to starve to death or we're going to freeze to death. That was all the interesting things that really happened in the live stream. She just kind of started rambling off about politics, something I'm 100% sure she knows nothing about, and racial issues. So that's where I'm going to end the video. I hope you guys liked it. For those of you who stayed to the end, thank you. I really do appreciate it. And tell me what you think about Tophia. Like, where do you see her future going? Because I'm interested in what other people have to say about the situation. Thank you for like the support on my last video. I know I haven't uploaded in like 8 months, so just having damn near 200 views, no matter how long it took, it means a lot to me. I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Enjoy this video of Tophia dancing while being musty, and I'll see you guys next week, or probably sometime this week. I don't know. Later.